Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday, July 7th, 2019. We had a tremendous amount of rain this morning at the homestead. As you can still see, it's somewhat overcast, but we're starting to get a little bit of the sun now. But yeah, it was coming down this morning, but not too bad. So anyway, let's jump into topic today. Let's jump right into topic. Always do the weather. Always tell you how the weather is, but it's just because it's been a very interesting year weather-wise here at the homestead. Okay, so California, are they going to have the big one happen? All right, let's talk about that, and let's talk about what they should do in preparations just to be on the safe side with the activity that's going on out there right now. So here's the thing. They have earthquakes all the time in California. People are going to say, oh, well, there's earthquakes. Ed, there's earthquakes all the time in California. I know there is. But they're saying that these earthquakes are acting differently. Generally, what happens if you have an earthquake, according to seismologists, that you have the quake happens and then it spreads out and you'll have smaller quakes farther out. And this one is not doing that this time, okay? So what's going on? You had, the one earthquake is 6.4. Then the very next day and then they've had like literally 1,000 earthquakes in between there too, okay? But then you had a 7.1. I think they downgraded it to a 6.9, but it's still even larger earthquake the next day. So what is involved with that? What's going on? You know what I mean? It's just they're acting strangely, and that pressure's not releasing out. So what ends up happening when it's not releasing out, it's going to hit that same area again, and it's going to continue to cause problems. So is this the prelude to the big one? I mean, now I'm not saying that it is, but it's just, these are things you want to look at, you want to be concerned about for sure. Absolutely, you want to keep an eye on that and stuff like that. So what do you do in preparation if it is the big one? Let's say the big one's coming. The big one's going to hit someplace in Southern California. How do you get ready? I'm going to flip this around here, guys, so you can see the airplane. We have a airport down in town, so we have a lot of small planes. And what they do a lot of times, not to get off topic, but I'll get back on topic in a minute, but they have planes that they'll pull behind, the engineless planes, and then what they'll do is they'll take them up to a certain height, they unsnap them, and they come around and they glide around in through the valley, and then they land back in the airport. It's actually pretty neat. I think it's like $100 or something like that to do that, or maybe it's a little bit more than that, but I know it's not cheap. So, but yeah, it's just, it's pretty neat. I've seen them do that a few times, and you watch them unhook, and then that plane is, like I said, it has no engine, and it just glide. It's a glider plane, so pretty neat. Anyway, hello, Luz. So preparations, okay? Let's talk about preparations for the big one. What would I do if I was in Southern California right now? If I lived in Southern California right now, what would I be doing? What would I, ahead of time? Very first thing I would do if I lived in Southern California, which is not having a lot of natural water, is I would get as much water stored up as I possibly could. In every freaking container that I had, I would have water in those containers. I would go to the store and purchase any kind of bottled water that I possibly could, because again, nice to have on hand anyway. If you can get those big blue totes that they have at Walmart, okay, they have the 5-gallon totes that you can store water in. There's another great way to do it. If you have a pool, freaking bugs, I'm telling you. Yesterday, it was absolutely insane, and the day before it was insane with the mosquitoes out here. Just absolutely, I mean, you'd walk outside and you were being attacked by mosquitoes. Absolutely crazy. So, getting back, sorry, again, I get distracted way too easy. But anything that I could do, like I said, those blue totes that you can get at Walmart, I would get those, fill those with water. Anything that you could possibly do, make sure your pool, if you have a pool, make sure that thing is full. If I'll tell you, one of the best things that you can get if you can purchase it, is they have those things that you can put in your bathtub, and you fill up your water in your bathtub with this container, and it's like 300 gallons. And so, just my neighbors going by. It's like 300 gallons. Freaking Horseflies, those are my favorite because they bite really nicely. So those things are great to have because that's a lot of water you can have on hand, fresh water for drinking and stuff like that. Like if you have a pool, obviously you want to probably use that more for washing up and those type of things. But water would be one of the things that I would be really seriously focusing on if I lived in Southern California right now, having anything and everything I possibly could filled up, ready, just in case. Because what do we know, guys? We never know. That's the whole point, okay? So it's better to be safe than sorry. You know, I would rather have false alarms and, you know, and have a whole bunch of water on hand than not have anything. So those are things I want you guys to think about, okay? Because that's a real scary situation if you don't have, you know, water down there. And like I said, it's not like it's an area that it gets a lot of rain. So water would be number one. Definitely load up on food as much as you possibly could. In that area where you're at down there, again, I would do like a lot of canned goods. If you can do a lot of canned goods, stuff that's going to have water in there, like you know, if you're having your like a fruit cocktail or you know, pears, peaches, those type of situations like those, you're going to have, you know, water in that can, so it's another form of water that you have available as well. Water is going to be the key, especially in that area in California. Water is definitely going to be the key. I got to turn this around so you guys can see. Pandora's checking out the chickens. They are fascinated by the chickens. They haven't tried to hurt them, tried to go after them. They're just very curious about them. So she runs around the outside of everything, and he does too. And it's pretty cool actually, because they're putting their scent everywhere too. So any kind of predators that are going to come around, they're going to catch the scent of the dogs and are going to be hopefully distracted by that. But anyway, so again, if it was me, if I was in California, like I said, water would be number one. I would be worried about having food. What you have to think about, guys, okay, this is something important to think about. If you had to bug out of that area and were not able to drive because of earthquake damage, and you had to do it on foot, first of all, how physically ready are you to do that? Do you have the supplies on hand to be able to do that? Or do you have to sit in place and wait for help to come? And it might not be there instantaneously like, you know, people want, and that's what, you know, most people want to have. They want to have that instant gratification because that's what the society we live in today. I haven't gotten a chance to cut my grass yet. I'm going to, hopefully tomorrow's supposed to be just a nice day, the whole day tomorrow. So I'm going to probably get out here tomorrow and cut my grass again because it's getting crazy again. Like I said, we've had so much rain, and like I said, it rained yesterday, it was raining this morning, and today wasn't supposed to rain. So we were supposed to have, this morning I woke up and it was raining, and I remember the forecast was saying a 10% chance of rain. So I said, well, I guess they got that one wrong again. So, but anyway, getting ready for these things, guys, and being prepared is really, really important because, like I said, you just never know. And this goes actually for anybody around the country, you know, not just California, but we're going to focus on California because of the situation out there. You know, I never wish bad on anybody, and I hope nothing happens, you know, but again, you live in an area that is prone to earthquakes. Eventually, the big one will hit California, like the 1908 earthquake that hit San Francisco. That is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So, you know, you need to be prepared for that. And just because it hasn't happened in, say, your lifetime, doesn't mean it won't happen. So those are things that people really need to take into consideration. They need to think about and prepare for in that aspect. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about that a little bit today. Now, is these earthquakes a prelude to the big one? I don't know, guys. I don't make predictions, but I just will say that these earthquakes are acting stranger or not normal, if you will, for earthquakes from other earthquakes. So, you know, when you have your aftershock after the first one and it's bigger, you know, they've had, like I said, literally 1,000 earthquakes since then. But when you have the next day, you have an earthquake bigger than the original earthquake, that's definitely something to be concerned about, something to pay attention to. So keep an eye on things, keep safe, be as ready as you possibly can be. And if you live in Southern California, I would definitely say water, water, water is definitely the way to go. and to be prepared in that aspect as much as you possibly can be. I did want to mention, today being Sunday, we have the live stream tonight. Little Prepper Lady will be joining me for the live stream at 8 o'clock tonight. I will tell you the topic later. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I haven't really figured that out yet, but there's a couple things we may end up talking about. But so look for that. And also, guys, I did want to mention today's the last day for the sale on the website. 25% off any kind of bucket meal. That ends at midnight West Coast time tonight, which is 3 a.m. tomorrow morning East Coast time in New York. So, you know, if you're looking to add to your freeze-dried food storage, now is the time to do it. Today is the last day of the sale, and then the sale is going to be over. Okay, so anyway, so that's putting that out there and letting you guys know. Puppies are playing, are having a good time. They've calmed down a lot more. They love to play. They like to get outside and just have fun. I haven't had to, you know, people always say, oh, I hate it when you have your dogs out because you're always having to yell at them, blah, 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 blah. And then other people say, where's the dogs? We haven't seen the dogs. So, I mean, I can't win either way. So I'm like, you know what? I just kind of got to a point I'm going to be like, I'm going to have my dogs out. If I have to give them a yell at, if I got to give them a holler, then I'm going to do it. But obviously in this video, as you guys have seen today, been out here for about 12 minutes and I haven't had to holler at them one time, and they're behaving and they're having a good time and they're not trying to run off. They're getting a little bit more mature, which is nice. Now their mother of the pups here, she just had a litter of puppies, so that's kind of cool. And so I'm going to actually get up and go visit the neighbors and go see the puppies today. I'm going to run up there real quick. So anyway, so that's what's going on. And but also I did want to mention on the website preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community as well. So if you are looking to get together with like-minded people, talk with like-minded people, try to hook up with a group, you know, just try to make loose affiliations from your own state or your own country, it's a great way to do it. Absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. So it's there's no cost to you guys at all. You go in, you register, and it's very private. People on the outside just can't come in and see what's going on. You have to be registered. So it makes it much more private that way. And like I said, if you're looking to connect with like-minded people, it's a great place to do it. The message boards are blowing up all the time. A lot of information being shared on there. Okay? So anyway, I will see you guys all tonight, 8 o'clock in the live stream. Please like, comment, and share. If you know, hit the icon button or the bell button to get notifications. If you are one of my longtime subscribers, please make sure that you're still connected, because I've had a lot of people tell me that YouTube has unsubscribed them. So I don't know why that's being done, but it's being done. So, you know, just games upon games, I guess. But anyway, again, remember guys, we are all in this together. That's important to remember. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really, really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. Also remember guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from getting there is yourself. Nobody else can stop you. Stay away from that negativity. Negative people just want to try to bring you down. So stay positive. Let's hope for the best for everybody, guys. That's where I'm at. I hope for the best for everybody, and I hope everybody survives what's coming. Okay? I hope everybody has a great day. I will see you all tonight, 8 o'clock. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now. One more shot of the puppies. I'm glad we got the two because they have the companionship of each other. I think that's really, really important for animals to have that companionship. And then we got the chickies. All right, guys.